So today, or actually this week, we're talking all about Genius Messenger and how to get started. We've already gone through the creating the labels and importing the global templates. Like you can see here, we have these labels to help us organize our Facebook leads. This works on your own personal messenger. So if you've missed any of the training, definitely go back and watch the previous videos. You can find them anywhere on my Facebook profile. Wherever you're watching now, you can find them there because I stream live there every day. So you have your labels, okay? And then I also gave you these global templates that you can upload into your account. So it kind of helps you understand what to actually say when people message you, right? I've done lots of training to help you get the correct people onto your Facebook profile so that they will message you, and then you can follow up and start managing your leads, okay? We talked about organizing your friends here. It pulls in all of your friends from Facebook. This is not my actual account because you can see here I only have 299 friends. But I just wanted to show you how to get this set up so that you can see from scratch, because if you're just getting started, your Facebook or your Messenger CRM Messenger is not going to be, all set up and everything. Okay. So we have the message segments. We talked about this yesterday, how you can actually create message segments and groups to send out broadcast messages to all of your friends. You can also download your messages here. So that's really cool to know. And you have the ability to create pipelines. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to talk to you about how to actually create the pipelines inside of Genius Messenger CRM, and then also how to update the labels so that you can put your leads inside the pipeline. But Genius Messenger CRM also integrates with HighLevel via API. So I'm going to show you how to get that integrated and then how that actually works. So all you need to do, again, is just update the label that we talked about here, and then that adds it to the pipeline. But sometimes if you want to use Genius Messenger, you may not use HighLevel, and you want to send or receive data from another CRM. So I'm going to show you how to actually integrate that as well. So lots of cool options. So before we get started, I do want to say hello to Maria, who is watching on YouTube. Hello, Miss Maria. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so this is what the pipelines are going to look like. Okay. Now, what is a pipeline? If we look at my HighLevel demo account here, first of all, if you sign up for Vision, you get a HighLevel account. Okay. So just to explain that, you can go to myvisionagency.com. You can go to Genius Messenger CRM if you want to create a free trial. When you do that, if you scroll all the way down here, you will see that there are actually 3 plans. You can get access to just the Genius Messenger CRM for $47. You can actually, for $67, get the Genius Messenger CRM and then all of the organic Facebook marketing tools that work on your own personal profile, like the friend connector and disconnector, birthday wisher. You can actually use the post scheduler to schedule posts and content to your personal Facebook profile. So all of these things work together. If you do not have HighLevel and you want to be able to use the HighLevel CRM and all of the other tools that we have in our program, you can join the professional plan at $497. Okay, so again, you can click the link in the description or go to the top of the screen, the link there, myvisionagency.com/genius, or I'm sorry, GM CRM. Okay, so that is how all of that works. Okay, so this is my HighLevel pipeline. Okay, now the beautiful thing about this is if you're thinking about your sales funnel, okay, you're going out in Facebook and you're looking for the perfect target client. Okay, I have plenty of training on how to do that. Then you invite them to your Facebook profile. We're going to use this as a group, basically. Okay, and then you want to encourage them to message you. All right, but you can do lots of messaging here. But if you want to add them to your CRM pipeline and you want to use automations, and maybe you have an automation set up here, for example, we could go to, let's just quickly create a new automation. You could start the trigger here by updating a stage in the pipeline. Okay, so let's look for opportunity status changed or pipeline stage changed. Okay, so we could say, hey, every time we move someone in this pipeline, I want this to trigger an email sequence, or maybe a texting sequence, or whatever you want it to do, right? So you really have unlimited options as far as what you can do by integrating this into your CRM with HighLevel. Okay. But you may not use HighLevel, right? And you don't have to. You don't have to even use another CRM, because we can actually just create this within Genius Messenger. Okay. So what we're going to do is click Create Pipeline now, and let's go ahead and give it a name. So we'll just say Test, and then we have the short code. Let's just say Test. Okay. So Create. All right, so now you see that we have one CRM, okay? Or I'm sorry, one pipeline, and it's called Test. So now if we want to add different stages into our test pipeline, we just want to enter that here. So maybe we want a cold stage. Okay, so I'm just going to type in cold. And then maybe we want a warm stage. So we'll say warm. And then maybe we want a hot stage, and then a sold stage. Okay, so of course, this is just generic. You want to definitely be specific about your sales pipelines. For example, I have multiple for every product. So if you sign up for Genius Messenger CRM, you're going to be in the sold stage, right? But maybe you just message me, we just became friends. I want to put you in the cold stage to let myself know, hey, I did speak to this person. Maybe we start having a conversation, and I'm thinking maybe this person is a great fit for one of my offers. Maybe I want to move them to the warm stage, or maybe they've already asked for information and I've sent them the information, and maybe they're interested in signing up. I want them to be in the hot stage, and then once they get signed up, maybe I want to move them to the sold stage, right? But first, when you have that pipeline, of course, you want to add your labels, right? You need to add your friend to the label. So let me actually go to my live account here that I'm actually using, and let's go to our labels, okay? So let's look for a person here. Like you can see that I have all of my HighLevel pipelines in here, and let's see Keck. Okay, so let's say that I'm talking to Keck. He's labeled as a customer, but maybe I want to label him something else. So let's say I'm going to just change him to a let's see, you can see here, and let me explain this while I'm here. Okay, once you integrate your HighLevel pipelines and stages, you're going to see the short codes here. Okay, so when it says F, this is actually the pipeline I have inside of HighLevel that is for Facebook. Okay, then I have another pipeline that is Genius Messenger, so it has a short code of GM. Remember how it asked for the short code? And then also my Vision Agency, there's the short code for that. So if you're in a 30-day trial, you would end up in this pipeline. So that's really how you can organize all of the different stages, right? 'Cause maybe if Keck is in the, maybe Keck has created a HighLevel agency account and he created at the 97 level, maybe I want to add him to that pipeline, okay? So you have so many options here, okay? But just to change the label, let's go ahead and add, first of all, let's go back to my pipeline so I can remember which one I want to add them to. So we're at the leads, okay? So I can add leads, and I actually have 2 leads. So let's just create a brand new pipeline here. So we'll just say leads test so that I know what the difference is. And we're going to, let's do create new pipeline. We have leads test, and we need the short code. So we have LT, so that's good enough. So we'll say create. And then now we want to move someone to that stage. Okay, so let's go to the leads test pipeline. Let's go ahead and create our stages. So we have leads test. Let's go ahead and name this, or actually, yeah, we'll say leads test warm, or we'll say cold. And then, or actually, yeah, let's say cold and save. And then we'll just say warm. And then let's add another one. It will say hot for this one. Okay, so now we have this test pipeline. So let's go back to where Keck is at. He's in the customer stage. So let's go and change his label. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to choose the label. So you'll see on the side here, we have the short code and it starts with a T. So there's LT for test, and then there's leads test cold. Okay. So I want to update that and move keck to that pipeline. Okay. So now let's go to our pipeline, which is leads test. And you see now that we have keck as a lead in our sales pipeline. Okay, so all you have to do to change, or all you have to do to add them to the pipeline is to change the label. So let's actually change Keck back now to a different stage. So let's go to, or actually he's in that pipeline. Let's go to our friends and let's actually search for Keck. So there we go. And let's change, oops, we added notes. So let's change, let's search for Keck again. And let's change his label here, and we'll just take him back to customer. And now he is labeled differently, and he's no longer in the test leads test pipeline. Okay, so that's how you can change the labels, and that is integrated with HighLevel. But even if it's not integrated, when you change one of the ones that's in HighLevel here, it's going to change in your pipeline within HighLevel. And I'm sorry, I can't actually show you that because it's not live, but that's how that works, right? So if you're choosing a pipeline that's connected to HighLevel, then you can choose one of those pipelines. If you choose a pipeline that's created in Genius Messenger CRM, then that's what it's going to add to. Okay. So hopefully I didn't confuse you then. Let me check my little cheat sheet here. Okay, so we talked about that and then how to change the label. So let's actually talk about how to integrate with HighLevel using the API. Okay, so let's go into my little trial account here. And what you want to do is actually go to settings, and you'll scroll down here and you'll see LeadConnector. Okay, so LeadConnector is the kind of white label app that we have for HighLevel, kind of gray label, I guess. Instead of calling it HighLevel app, they call it LeadConnector app because HighLevel is a white label agency platform. So they want to be able to provide this LeadConnector app to all of the users, but they want it to kind of not be branded with HighLevel. Okay. So what we want to do is we actually want to grab the API from our account. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's go in here and let's go to the demo account here, and we want to grab this API. Okay. So when you grab this API, that is what you're going to need to integrate. So all you need to do is just toggle this on and then paste your API there and then save. That's all you have to do to bring in all of your pipelines into Genius Messenger CRM. Okay. Now, if you're not using HighLevel, okay, which if you have the professional plan and vision, you already have your HighLevel account that you can use, and all of those things. You can use Zapier, okay, and we can do this by webhook, all right? So to do that, first you want to grab the invitation link. Okay, so I'm just going to open that up here. And when you open the invitation link, it's going to basically invite you to Zapier. If you're unfamiliar with Zapier, Zapier is basically like the middleman that does all of your automation. So it makes like software that's not related to each other, it makes you able to integrate them even if they're not like organically integrated. Okay, so what we want to do is this is by invite only, okay, for the for Zapier. So we want to go ahead and accept the invite. Okay, so now you can see that I have lots of plans on Zapier, but what we want to do is create a new Zap. Okay. So when you create a new Zap, let me close this out here. There's two ways that you can use this. Okay, so we can take a webhook and then we can send the information to Genius Messenger, or we could take the webhook and send info from Genius Messenger. Okay, so what we want to do is grab a webhook. All right, now we're going to use a catch webhook and then hit continue, and then now we have our webhook here. Okay. Now, if I wanted to send information from Genius Messenger to anywhere that I wanted to, what I could do is copy this webhook. I could come back here to Genius Messenger. Let me open this. Let me go. Let's go to Facebook. I want to go to Genius Messenger and I want to click here. Okay, so to access where you're going to actually store the webhooks, what you need to do is toggle on the extension here and then go to webhooks, because if you're already in here, you can see that you don't have the option to see the webhook. What we want to do is go up here, and then we're going to click here, and then we're going to go to webhooks. All right. So now what you want to do is create the webhook. I need to give it a title. All right. So here is my webhook. And now this can be anything that I want it to be. Okay. I have a webhook. I can, I've added it to the CRM. Okay. Wherever I'm at now. I've added it to the CRM, right? Here we are, webhooks. Or wait a minute. I'm getting myself all lost here because it's, okay, sorry about that. Let's go back to webhooks and let's write test here and let's paste in the webhook. Okay, so now we have our test webhook. Okay, now this, like I was saying, this takes the information. It's going to do whatever you want to it. Okay, you could take this webhook and then have the second application. We'll just click continue. This second application can be anything. Okay, you could send it to LeadConnector if you wanted to, even though we're already connected by API. You could send it to Slack if you're using Slack. You could send it to, whatever you want to send it to, right? Maybe you want to send it to Gmail, whatever you want, right? But you could also, and that would take the information from Genius Messenger to wherever you want it to go, okay? So if you understand webhooks, that is basically the process of webhooks, right? So you're taking information from one place, you're sending it to another. But what if you want this webhook to go from maybe your CRM or maybe your email autoresponder, and you want that info to go to Genius Messenger to update the pipeline, okay? This is what you're going to use the Zap for, okay? The one that we just accepted the invitation. So if you search Genius Messenger CRM here, you'll see that it's not grayed out. If you tried to do it as the first step, it's going to be grayed out because you need to send something. You need to use a webhook to send to or from, right? So we're going to choose Genius Messenger, and then you'll see that you have the option to update the friends label, okay? So if you're using, again, you're using something outside of this, maybe you have an email campaign, and every time they click on it, you want them to move to the hot lead stage. There's really unlimited opportunities for you to be able to use this, okay? So you're just going to choose update friends label, and then no matter where this webhook is catching information from, it will update the label inside of Genius Messenger CRM. Okay, so hopefully that clarifies. I know that there's lots of different methods, but that is what I love about these tools, because if you don't have a CRM, it's okay. You can track all of these leads here within your sales pipeline and follow up with them. If you do have a CRM, or you're using HighLevel, which a lot of us are using HighLevel because it's amazing, you can integrate via API and just pull them in, and it works together perfectly, which is why I have HighLevel tools and Genius Messenger and Tier 5 tools in my program, because they all work together really great, okay? But also, if you're not using that, you definitely have the option of using the webhooks as well. Okay, so hopefully I've clarified that for you guys. I don't see any questions in the chat. I do see that Linwood and Edison are watching, as well as Maria. So thank you so much for watching. Okay, guys, if you do not have a Genius Messenger account yet, I highly encourage you, go to myvisionagency.com/GMCRM and create a free trial. You are going to love these tools. I'm telling you, this has completely transformed the way that I do prospecting. Okay, so again, thank you so much for your time. I will see you all tomorrow, same time, same place. Go make your vision.